The HTML file upload button is pretty plain and cries out for some CSS styling, but applying a style in the normal fashion fails. This video covers a method of customizing that button. The tools I'll use here are VS Code, Live Server, and the Chrome browser. To understand this material, you'll need to be generally familiar with HTML and CSS. If you happen to know of another way to solve this problem, please tell us about it in the comments below. Let me illustrate the problem. Here we have some HTML inside of VS Code, and we have a file input control. I'm going to go ahead and run this code with Live Server. On the left is our fancy button illustrating the sort of styling that I'd like to use on the file upload button. And to the right you'll see the file upload button in all its plainness. Going back to VS Code, we'll try styling it with style equals fancy, referring to this CSS class here. And I didn't want style, I wanted class. So I'm saving that. And here is the change. As you can see, it really did not do what we wanted. So let's try again. I'm going to get rid of this. My first step will be somewhat non-intuitive. I'm going to apply a hidden attribute to the control. And I'm going to use a label tag to apply the appropriate, I'm sorry if I can actually get there, apply the appropriate styling. So label for equals upload button, matching the ID of the input control. Class equals fancy. And some sort of text for our fancy button. Beam me up. Alright then, we'll save this and see what it looks like. Going to the browser, and there you go. So we've styled the upload button to match the sort of styling we want for our web page. I'll click on it just to show that it actually works. So here you have the dialog, and you can pick one or more files here to upload. There is, in fact, a problem with our initial solution to formatting the upload button. And the problem can be illustrated by using the keyboard to try to navigate our web page. If I hit the tab button a couple of times, it gets me to the fancy button. You can see how it now has focus. If I hit tab again, it should get us to the beam me up button, but in fact it doesn't. If I hit space, I see the focus is elsewhere. I originally read about this problem and the solution in an article on the Mozilla Developer Network website. I provide a link to that article in the description. Following, I'll describe the solution, basically pasting in code from that article. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is paste in the new style from the Mozilla article. try to. Let's see if I can get that done. And have to put it actually inside the style tag. That would be good. And so yeah, let's run with this. Oh wait a minute, it doesn't do anything yet because we still have the hidden attribute here. And what we want is to reference the new style. It turns out that order is important in this case, and that the label element needs to come after the input element. So let's make that change. Then we'll save and run with Live Server. So here we'll hit tab, causing Fancy to get focused, and hit tab again. And although it does not show it, Beam Me Up does have focus, because if I hit the space bar, we'll see the upload dialog. So the next thing we need to do is to make changes so that the Beam Me Up button gives a visual response when it receives focus. So in order to do that, we're going to add two new styles. And these styles define what happens when this component, the input statement, overwritten by the label statement, input label, sorry about the busy screen, input plus label receives focus. So let's save and run. So now we'll depress tab to get focus to the Fancy button, and tab once more to get focus to the Beam Me Up button. As you can see, it now gives us a visual response when it receives focus. So this concludes our video about customizing the HTML upload button. Thanks for watching.